Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package for today. I am your presenter, Alian Christopher. In today's headlines, Dominica's public support program to be replaced by an autonomous recovery agency, a creature of the parliament. Performing arts now back on stream post Maria and holds over 60 participants. And the Dominica Football Association will kick off its first competition, the Nations Cup, since the passage of Hurricane Maria with a number of matches. Stay tuned for these and other stories right after. And welcome back. The Dominica Institute for the Arts, DIFA, is continuing to train persons in a wide variety of performing arts. Aflin Douglas Murdoch, director for the Dominica Institute for the Arts, noted that the dance studio, along with other parts of the Old Mill Cultural Center, suffered damages as a result of the hurricane. Murdoch indicated that over 20 courses are being offered by the visual and performing arts, but only those in high demands are taken into consideration.
For this term, we see that the demand is in about 12 courses: art, the children's choir, functional keyboard, contemporary dance, traditional dance, ballet, drum kit, steel pan, acting, that's like drama, we call it acting for theater and film, guitar, music theory, freestyle dance like hip hop.
Murdoch said everyone is welcome to the arts training from ages 7 and up.
Some persons, they think the arts is really for children or for leisure, or for, it really isn't. If you, for instance, have the talent and interest, but you may not have had the opportunity to develop it, then, and you're maybe even a retired person, you could come and take part in the program. And by so doing, you'll be improving your leisure, the quality of your leisure time. If you're a child, in fact, you're improving your career options later in life. It could also be helpful to develop different parts of your brain, because if you really, the arts actually uses more parts of your brain than many other courses. And a career option in this day and age, it's an important consideration. For instance, I mean, Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jackson, two of them probably the richest black people, it wasn't through law and medicine that they seem to be the only thing we tend to be encouraging our children to go into. It wasn't through these things that they became millionaires, multimillionaires. It was through the arts. And for instance, we say Dominica, tourism is our biggest business now, especially as agriculture. It's so difficult. But you cannot entertain with poor quality musicians, poor quality artists. The other islands also have fauna and flora. So if our entertainment is of low quality and unprofessional, then they can go to other islands. They can go to other countries where their entertainment is of a high standard. So it helps our economy. In fact, if children are bored or young people are bored, if they were into the arts, they probably wouldn't be going into stealing or they wouldn't be going into crime. They wouldn't be bored because they are so occupied. So it helps in socially, economically. It helps your personal development. It's just a great thing to get involved into the arts.
The director indicated that there are approximately 70 participants enrolled on the performing arts. And the limited cruise season is set to begin near the end of January 2018. As Dominica hopes to capitalize on the business expected from the cruise arrivals, works are undergoing on the bayfront. This is the resurfacing of the sidewalks and general landscaping of the bayfront. The bayfront did suffer its share of devastation due to Maria's passing, but is now subject to renovation. Marisa Stedman reports.
It is not surprising that at the moment there is a team of people engaged in the entire rehabilitation of the Bayfront area, renovating and beautification. Upon arrival to Dominica, this is the very first location that the tourists set their eyes upon. And Dominica is preparing for a limited cruise season that is expected to start at the end of January 2018. In an earlier interview with CBN4, we showed you that works were being done at the Roseau cruise ship berth. The Roseau cruise ship berth sustained a lot of damage after the passage of Hurricane Maria, and the grounds were included. We must be mindful that the Roseau River devastated much of the capital city, and even the Bayfront was also subject to flooding. We are seeing that the team is presently engaged in activities that will allow tourists to embark on this island knowing that they are coming to a brand new Dominica, not a devastated Dominica. Marisa Stedman reporting at Bayfront, CBN4 News.
And Mopo Cave, a recording label headed by Arnold Schubert, a Dominican-born sound engineer and producer, and Marlon Dura have indicated that they have seen the need to promote and encourage musicians in Dominica to pursue a career in music. Schubert acknowledges that the record label is young. However, he admits that music is a journey, one that will be time-consuming and requires dedication. He says that despite the difficulties associated with music, Dominica is a breeding ground for new and talented persons. He stated that Mopo Caves is determined to capitalize on Dominica's talents.
Look at Trinidad, look at St. Lucia, look at Guadalupe and Martinique. See what they're doing with the music. These guys have income, revenue. They're actually participating in the national economy. Why can't we do the same?
The team at Mopo Caves says it's happy to report that its team is made up of artists who sing from all genres. Schubert noted that bouyon music is authentic to Dominica. Mopo Caves recently released 3 new tracks on the Do It Now rhythm created by D Wizard. These artists are Red Ras, Mopo Neck, and Papa. Marlon Dura, known as Mopo Neck, revealed his inspiration behind his lyrics of his song.
He has Facebook friends. Everybody has Facebook friends. People that on their Facebook account and just watching their business, watching their pictures, and basically preying them down like they're doing better than them because they have car, or they have bike, or they have job, or they at the bar having drinks with their friends, or they maybe post a picture of a plate of food. So people always hating for stupid things. So Facebook friends are those type of people.
Dura revealed that there still remains a lot of work involved in the music industry. He says that it was 10 years ago when he first met Arnold Schubert and decided to collaborate to ensure that this label is functional. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more news after this break.
There are signs everywhere. Pay attention whether you're male or female. Visit your health center to get screened. It's a preliminary test to determine if you are exposed to the HIV virus, an STI, or tuberculosis. Some people who are HIV positive also have tuberculosis. But there's hope. Tuberculosis can be cured. And yes, you can live a full life with HIV. Talk to your doctor. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB, HIV. Encourage everyone to get tested.
And welcome back. The community of Granby may not have experienced loss of lives as Point Michel did as a result of Hurricane Maria. However, the destruction of the actual road leading to Granby is evident. Granby is a village in the south of Dominica that has a large population and is the largest settlement in St. Patrick's Parish. Granby, also called South City, is the cultural capital of Dominica, a vibrant community located along the Atlantic Ocean coast in the southeast of Dominica. CBN4 visited Granby for a post-Maria report.
Like most communities in Dominica, infrastructure suffered severely. We're en route to the community of Granby, but we made a quick stop at Pishley because what we seen was unbelievable. This is our first visit to this area, and we are here at Pishley. We've noticed that the bridge was completely washed away by two rivers that flowed on opposite sides. It appears that major landslides occurred here in this area, and now there is works being done. A caterpillar is here at present trying to create access for commuters. We were told that Granby is one community in which the road was severely affected, and en route to Granby we are seeing that the communities beforehand have been affected. The roads here are in desperate need of attention, and there is possible threat of the river eroding the roads that are being made here today. Residents of the community of Granby were not kidding when they made statements that the road was completely destroyed as a result of the Category 5 hurricane. We only notice bits and pieces of the road that is still left en route to Granby. We're precisely 2 minutes away from the community of Granby, and it's only in driving that we realize that the road is on the either side. We're actually driving on a road that has just been developed to allow commuters to access the community of Granby. And if you look behind me, you can see that the pipes that run underneath the road is completely exposed, again as a result of flooding done by the many rivers in Dominica. Again, as CBN4 embarks on the tour of the Granby, the community of Granby, we made a quick stop at the Pierre Charles Secondary School, and I'm privileged to have here beside me the principal of the Pierre Charles Secondary School, Lynn Regis. Thank you for speaking to CBN4.
No problem.
Of course, we want to know, post-Maria, how is the school and how are your students doing?
Well, if you look back at what has happened, we are coping pretty well. Our students are at school since November 1st, November 2nd, I think, yes. And everybody's at school.
I don't want to stop you, but how did you manage to get them back to school so soon after the hurricane?
Okay. You know, even if the hurricane had done more destruction, you know, parents need the children out of the homes, out of the streets, and the teachers themselves, you know, we are missing a lot of time, so we need the children back at school as well. So that wasn't so much of a big issue. And secondly, they were not supposed to wear uniforms, which made it easier for them to come to school because a lot of them have lost many things, everything, all things. So this wasn't a hard part. The hardest part was getting the school itself ready for them.
So how was the school affected by the hurricane?
Well, we are in the main building right now, and the main building is from 1st to 4th. The 5th formers, unfortunately, the whole 5th form block went. We were in a courthouse area at the back of the school, and that went down flat. So what we did, since the water came in for our labs at the back, we could not use the computers, so the labs we could not use, so we fitted the 5th formers into the labs, and that's where they are at the moment. We had 382 students on roll prior to Maria, and right now we've got 343. Quite a few have migrated, some unofficially, some officially, some have transferred, and you know, but we do have a count of where everybody is. And we can say for sure school is moving as fine as it can.
And I do want to ask, how was the school able to assess those students who were more affected than others?
Well, that was done on a class-by-class basis. The teachers, so many of them live in the community, so they know the children, they know what happened in the community. I am from the community, although I don't live there. So each class teacher, as well as others who can help, they gave information. We took down information as to so-and-so, what happened to them, they've lost everything, where can we help, you know, that kind of thing. So it was done on a class-by-class basis, and all the information was brought to me.
And having mentioned that, where can we help, how can persons assist the school? What is required at this institution to facilitate it more easily?
Well, we have many of the children have lost their books, their school clothes and stuff like that. And we are hoping we could maybe get some donation of books to replace those that have lost, especially the fifth formers. Although right now it's at the crucial time where they're already getting ready for CSEC. So there's not much time. If we have the books now, we give it to them now. But if it's something we need to order, trust me, it doesn't make sense, because they'll soon be writing CSEC. They only need it now. What happened with the others, the fourth and below, some donors, some, corporate persons have come on board to say, well, they will send this and they will send that, but, things are moving slowly in that side.
Well, that's good news for you at the Pierre Charles Secondary School. There we have it with the principal, Lena Regis. Thank you for speaking to CBN4. This is the Geneva playing field. For those of us who remember Granby before the passage of Hurricane Maria, we remember that this field was a spacious and very beautiful field in which students, particularly those who were athletes, partake in cricket and football activities. But since the passage of Hurricane Maria on September 18th, the Geneva playing field is not as it once was, nor wrought by debris and devastation. The playing field is in need of desperate repair and renovation. We've noticed there are a team of people here who are engaged in cleaning up of the area. They're piling huge logs together. We've noticed about 5 heaps of logs burning to try to clear the Geneva playing field of much of the fallen trees. And like I said, before the passage of Hurricane Maria, for those of us who have visited Granby, we remember that the Geneva playing field was one that was very beautiful. But things have definitely changed after the passage of Hurricane Maria. Here beside me is a gentleman who is engaged in the cleanup of the Geneva playing field, Leroy. Thank you for speaking to CBN4.
Okay.
Tell me, how long have you all engaged in the cleanup of the Geneva playing field?
I would say we've been here for at least 6 weeks. We started off with 2 of us, cutting wood, trimming wood, and that was the first stage. The second stage was we had professional help and advice from this man here, or I'd say Ashford, who came in like a second stage. He supervised the work to make it move faster, and they engaged more people, and it picked up. And I'd say all in all we've been here 6 weeks, and it's gone pretty well. It's gone very well.
Did you all do this voluntarily?
I wouldn't say voluntary. We are getting paid, but no one's really discussed pay. We're here working. Afterwards we'll be paid, but no one's sitting and worried about how much we're going to get paid per day or per fortnight. It's work to try to clear up for the Granby community.
Is it a difficult task?
It's work, but together we've worked as a team, and we've worked well. So the work is gone. There's no lazing about. It's work.
You mentioned to me earlier about you all are inviting persons to come in for the logs.
Yeah, we said as an initiative to maybe help speed up things, maybe weekend we wanted to engage people voluntarily to come and assist, maybe to take wood for bread, wood for coal, to, just to help things go a little faster, so that we could finish the project a little bit sooner.
And how long is this project intended to last? Do you see, what is the stipulated amount of time you see this area being completely cleared?
Well, I myself, my personal view is I believe by the end of the week this will be cleared. That stage, that phase will be ready for the second phase for the people to come and grade the field, so that people can have back their playing field.
Well, admittedly, I must commend you and the rest of the team for a job well done.
Thank you very much.
There you have it, speaking to a gentleman, Mr. Leroy.
I'd like to commend the man who has really pushed this work, because I was here from the beginning, but I was here when it didn't look like it was moving, until this man with professional advice and for a power rep got engaged this man, and it's moved, it's happened, it's worked, because people was looking at here and saying we would never do it, and I can see we've done it now.
There you have it, words spoken from Mr. Leroy. The community residents are engaged in cleaning up of the Geneva playing field in Granby. Our journey into the community of Granby ends here, next to what is supposedly being used as a landfill to store some of the debris, particularly galvanized tins and cans, in the community of Granby. Like one resident said to me earlier, Dominicans are resilient people, and the people of Granby are demonstrating that in their actions. Marissa Stedman, CBN4 News.
And Dominica's Cabinet of Ministers has decided to create an autonomous rapid response social recovery agency that will replace the public support program, popularly known as the Red Clinic. Prime Minister of Dominica, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, indicated that the agency will continue to have the mandates of the public support program.
The rationale behind this is that in the aftermath of a massive storm like this, you will have social dislocation in a country, irrespective of how small or large the country is, but particularly in small countries. And therefore, our response as a government and as a people in a country to the needs, the urgent needs of our citizens, must be rapid. It cannot get bogged down in bureaucracy. People should not come to us today and we tell them come next week, and when they come next week, it's not available, and they tell us next week, and something that the person needed today, the 17th of February, they receive on the 1st of March. And it's of no consequence to the person, because the person needed it on the 17th. And sometimes this is life or death situations.
The Prime Minister said the agency will be an autonomous body and a creature of the Parliament and not only an executive decision.
Board, it will have its management structure, it will receive its funds from the Parliament, voted by the Parliament, it will be audited by the Director of Audit, it will be answerable to the Parliament, so it will follow all of the financial protocols like any other statutory entity in the country.
The Prime Minister also hopes for the agency to serve the general public in an expeditious manner.
It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on simple matters. And some of these matters are $300 or $500 to buy stuff, medication. Somebody who is diabetic cannot wait if the insulin is finishing this afternoon. So sometimes these are the things that frustrates me in the public service, when things take too long to happen, and when we can make it happen much quicker than it should be happening. So we'll create this autonomous body, and the board and the executive director and the staff will make those determinations and be more rapid and so forth.
It has been stated by the Prime Minister that this entity comes into effect on the 15th of March. And finally, the Dominica Football Association will kick off its first competition since the passage of Hurricane Maria with 8 matches in the Nations Cup this weekend. On Saturday, the Petro-Caribbean Point Michel will take on Delton United at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, while at La Plaine Plainfield, it will be the Ellis Stars versus Sagicor Southeast. Meantime, Skerrit Northeast will come up against Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers at the Benjamins Park in Portsmouth, while at Castle Bruce, Buster Warner will take on East Central. The action continues on Sunday with Trafalgar Football Club taking on Bath Estate Football Club at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. RC Doctors will come up against the Kalinago Football Club at the La Plaine Plainfield, and at the Castle Bruce Plainfield, We United will clash with the Belfast Estate Maho Soccer Strikers, while at the Benjamins Park it will be the Central Cooperative Credit Union Dublin Football Club versus Exodus Football Club. All matches are set to begin at 3 p.m. And that too takes us to the end of the Primetime News package for today. On behalf of the entire CBN4 team, I am Ali and Christopher saying thank you for watching.